Jai Shri Ram! Welcome back to Ramayana Storyland. Are you ready for yet another beautiful story from the Ramayana? Oh, this one, I promise you, is going to give you some goosebumps. It's going to be so thrilling because today it's the story of the final battle between Ravana and Rama. So let's go! The magic words are going to take us there and supercharge our minds. So let's do this together. Jai Siya Ram. Louder. Jai Siya Ram. Loudest. Jai Siya Ram. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's not a forest today. Oh my gosh, we're in the middle of a battlefield. And who do I see there? Oh my God. It's a Ravana, the mighty Ravana. And his chariot seems to be charging towards Rama, making a noise that's spreading in all 10 directions. Filled with that sound, the entire earth, its rivers, mountains, forests trembled. And then he is, oh my God, he is going to launch a missile called Tamasa. Oh, and he's launched it, and oh my gosh, it's scaring away the whole Vanara army. And seeing the Vanara army being shattered, guess who just is entering the battlefield? It's our dear Lord Rāma. Jai Shri Ram! Ravana, the foremost among the demons, saw Rama. Rama looked absolutely stunning with those long arms and eyes as wide as lotus petals. He stood there with Lakshmana. They looked like Indra, the king of the heaven, and Lord Vishnu, the supreme Lord, who himself holding up a great bow as though scraping the sky. Rama then stretched his amazingly powerful bow with such great force. The buzzing sound produced by Ravana's arrows and the twang of Rama's bow scared the demons in their hundreds. They all fell down, flopping on the floor. The battle had begun. Rama on Ravana and Ravana on Rama showered each other with streams of arrows of various kinds. And oh my God, the sky was covered with a gazillion arrows. The battle was just unimaginable. Both Rama and Ravana were just excellent archers. Both were so skilled in warfare, and both had excellent skills of using every possible weapon in the battlefield. Both launched terrific missiles at each other. Oh, and this one seems specifically very, very terrible. Ravana used a missile that was presided over by demoniac forces. Oh my gosh, you know what this did? He released arrows that had heads of lions and tigers and vultures and jackals and wolves, and the arrows with their mouths wide open, having heads of venomous snakes, just shot right at Rama. And then he used more tricks, Ravana. He used other arrows having heads of donkeys and boars and dogs, and also made of alligators and venomous snakes. But Rama, Rama was so courageous and brave, nothing could really shake him, nothing at all. Rama, in turn, used various kinds of arrows, some heads as bright as fires, some shining like the sun, the moon, the comet, others shining like planets, like meteors, and like lightning. The battle went on and on. Now it was Rama's younger brother's turn. Oh, Lakshmana couldn't wait. He couldn't wait to launch his powerful arrows at Ravana. And guess what? Just with 5 sharp arrows, Lakshmana chopped off Ravana's bow. With a single arrow, he did away with Ravana's charioteer. And with just 7 arrows, he tore off into many pieces the flagstaff of Ravana. Oh my gosh, how powerful is Lakshmana? And with that, Lakshmana had basically destroyed Ravana's chariot. And now, to make things even worse for Ravana, comes one of Rama's best allies. He happens to be the brother of Ravana. I'm sure you know his name. He's the youngest brother of Ravana, and he is on Rama's team. If you said Vibhishna, you're absolutely right. So it was Vibhishna's turn, and he came with his mace, and he put an end to the excellent horses of Ravana. So now, Ravana was left with no chariot. You can imagine how angry Ravana got. Imagine his own brother was fighting against him and had rendered him chariotless. Can you imagine how furious Ravana must have got? So you know what he did? He took a spear that looked like a thunderbolt and he tried to strike Vibhishna with it. But even before the spear reached Vibhishna, guess who came to rescue? Yes, it was Lakshmana once again, and with just 3 arrows, he shattered that spear, that thunderbolt-like spear that was about to reach Vibhishna. Seeing his brother Vibhishna being rescued by Lakshmana, Ravana was not happy at all. He looked at Lakshmana and he said, "Get ready. You are going to meet your end now." Saying that, Ravana roared and hurled towards Lakshmana an unfailing spear which was adorned by bells which were so loud. And that spear, with a sound equal to a thunderbolt, soon fell with speed on Lakshmana and went straight through his chest. Seeing Lakshmana in that terrible state, Rama became really sad, so sad. He went and he hugged Lakshmana, and seeing Lakshmana drenched in blood, his heart ached so much. He couldn't take it anymore. He said the time had come. He looked at his army, headed by Sugriva and Hanuman and all his allies, and Rama roared, "I take this vow in truth before you at this very moment, O Vanaras, that without delay you will see the world. You will see the world devoid of Ravana or Rama. I shall perform today a feat which people in the world, including all living beings and gods, will ever narrate together, forever describing how the battle proceeded, as long as the earth lives." Having said that, Rama turned to Ravana and continued the battle. Having struck by so many arrows of the great Rama, Ravana took to his heels. He ran away. Now Rama once again turned to Lakshmana, hugged him, and began to weep and wail. The Vanaras saw that Rama was letting his mind overcome by grief once again. Now who could make Rama feel better? Who was that who could come and get Rama out of this terrible grief? Well, there's always someone there to help Rama, we know that. And this time, it was the doctor of the Vanaras, the physician of the Vanaras, and his name was Sushena. So Sushena approached Rama and spoke to him in a consoling way. Why are you assuming the worst, Rama? Give up these thoughts. They're not befitting you. Lakshmana is going to survive and he has not gone into death. Look at his face. It's still so bright and so calm. His hands still look so full of life and his eyes are so bright. Don't worry, Rama. It's just a matter of time. He just needs some medicines and I promise you I will bring him back to life. And Sushena immediately called for Hanuman and told him, "Go, O Hanuman, and bring me these herbs that'll bring back to life Lakshmana." And he gives a list of herbs for Hanuman to go and bring. Now Hanuman took one big leap and reached the mountain Aushadhi. But unfortunately, he was not an expert at herbs and medicines, so he began to scratch his head. He said, I can't waste time now thinking which herb to pick. What if I pick the wrong one? I have an idea. I'll just take the whole mountain with me. And just like that, he carried the whole mountain to Sushena. Now Sushena picked the best of herbs for Lakshmana, made a nice paste. Yes, he smushed all of it in a pot and made a nice paste and then gave that medicine to Lakshmana. And lo and behold, just in a matter of few minutes, Lakshmana opened his eyes. Lakshmana rose from the ground. Everyone was overjoyed and everyone applauded, saying, "Jaya, Jaya!" Rama hugged Lakshmana so tightly with so much love and eyes that were clouded with tears. Rama said, "I'm so happy. You have no idea how happy I am, Lakshmana. What is the point of this whole war and winning the war if I lost you in this battle? I can never get a brother like you, Lakshmana. You have no idea how happy I am." And he kept hugging Lakshmana oh so tightly. While Rama was speaking to Lakshmana, Lakshmana said in a feeble tone, "Rama, it's time. It's time that you make true of the promise that you have made. There is no time, Rama. Go on. Time has come. It is time to go and slay Ravana. It's time to win, Rama. Go now. Time is now." Hearing his brother's words, the brave and courageous Lord Rāma took hold of his bow, fixed an arrow on the bowstring, and he was ready because the time was now. Ooh, what an exciting story, isn't it? So thrilling. I wonder what's going to happen next. Come back and listen more. Come back to the Ramayana Storyland and listen to what happens next in the next episode. I'll see you there. Jai Shri Ram.
Rama, Jai Jai Shri Ram. Rama, Rama, Jai Jai Shri Ram. Rama, Rama, Jai Shri Ram.